Is there anyone here? I call out into the cavern and it echoes because I'm stuck in the freaking pit. God. Yesterday was good. Yesterday was good rolls across the board. Today, though, I think we've had 70%, 70% pit ratio. How we doing? Welcome in. Camera. Nice, Squid. Swooping in for first. Fields with second. Skull with third. No, Skull. We celebrate, okay? We celebrate our little victories. Good job for getting third. Good job. Welcome in. I hope everyone's doing well. You thought you were so lightning fast. It's tough. It's tough. Don't dox yourself. But are you close to Australia? Are you further away from Australia? Because that could play a part as well. Even a little bit of a delay can lead to you having a disadvantage. Unfortunately, further by far. Yeah. I'd say that that's part of it. Rigged. It is. Fundamentally. I'll be background noise for a bit, trying to figure out how to Get Lucky into a metal song. Yeah, sure. Always lose to an Australian. It's tough. It's tough. I've seen you at least get second, so it is possible. You're nowhere near Australia? Oh no. Fundamental disadvantages then. Don't mind me, I'm just looking at pictures of rocks. Does anyone just spend time just looking at pictures of Dwayne, you know? The rock. He's dreamy, and his texture is incredibly informative. Music homework be like? It's fun. It's heckin' fun. Hi Cannibal, how you doing? Welcome in. Now if you get first, you'll really bask in it and definitely not gloat. I reckon you have all of the reason in the world to gloat at that point. I encourage it actually. I endorse this message. Don't want to take your rock stuffy time for granite. Don't want to take my rock stuffy time for granite. Is my brain just broken? I can't make sense of that sentence at all. Apologies. Fields with your new age lingo. I just can't wrap my head around it. Don't want to take my rock study time for granite. Oh, yes. Yep. No, that was it was good. No, Fields. No, Fields. It was good. It was good. I was impressed. It was a very good pun. I liked it. It was good. Please. You should be proud of it. It was a good one. Oh, dear. I'm usually not so bad with getting stuck with typos. It was so funny. I laughed. I swear, I'm laughing. How we doing? Well, it's fresh on the brain. I just want to mention, I mentioned it yesterday, but I'll keep mentioning it across this week just so that it's on people's minds. We've got a new voice chat channel in the Discord that we're trialing at the moment for the next month. It's called The Library. It purely exists as like a quiet study area where by default your mic is muted. The only way that you can talk to other people is through text in that text channel. And it's just a way of like being able to hold the company of other people without it being disruptive. So people can't come in and start talking about stuff that is unrelated to what you're working on. People can't like play soundboard noises or anything like that. So it's very much so a place that you can just go and focus. as I said, I'm gonna trial that for the next month, see how it goes, see how people feel about it. It's also been raised to my attention that we don't really have somewhere in the Discord to talk about the pit. No, we don't have a place in the Discord to really talk about the monthly art fair stuff, because it needs to be spoiler free for me. So it feels like people kind of have to tiptoe a little bit and find alternate methods to be able to communicate about it. So I will be, across the next couple of days, I'll be trialing another new channel in the Discord, something along the lines of art fair discussion or something. It'll be down the bottom where art fair is, and it'll basically be a channel that I never go into. So you guys can discuss whatever your heart desires in regards to the monthly art fair, and you won't be at risk of spoiling my pure eyes. You're leaving? I'm sorry, Fields. No, it's my bad. I understand. Got a bit of homework to do tonight, so you're going to spend 30 minutes doing some music stuff and then move to finishing off some business and English work. Sounds good. It's a good pun, but execution wasn't quite there. Yeah, I needed the enthusiasm on it. How you doing, Noctua? Welcome, welcome. Milkshake, hold the boys. Yeah, no, that's fair. I won't tell the boys, okay? So I'll bring the milkshake to your yard, but I won't spread word, okay? So all the boys will not be aware of the bounty that is to be presented. Make sure that it's positioned at the very bottom. That's where the pit belongs. It won't be a discussion about the pit. It'll be a discussion about the monthly art fair. Because the way that it works is I announce the prompt for the month, and then I step away from what people are submitting, and then I come back at the start of the next month to have a look at what people did in the meantime. So I want an area where people can discuss it openly without, I don't know, having to hide. Won't spread word. Yeah. I won't tell them. Mass texting about this milkshake. No, Catable, no, don't tell the boys. Just quickly popping in to say hi before breakfast. How you doing? How's skiing? I hope you're having fun. Is it all art or just drawings? What if you built a spice rack? Well, I'm glad that you asked. We've had entries in the past that have not been drawings. So obviously we have paintings, drawings, watercolor, whatever, but we've also had crochet entries in the past. We've had photography entries in the past. We've had pixel art entries in the past. We've had creative writing entries in the past. So very much so not like a specific thing that we're looking for. It's just an excuse to do something fun and artsy for the month. Your attempt today to befriend the bone collector? Ugh, not with a 9. It's not antagonistic at all, Slink, but no rapport, unfortunately. Skiing good? Even if snow is kind of terrible? Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the case later into the season, right? Where it starts to kind of... It hasn't freshly snowed in a while and it starts to get like crunchy, compressed and sloshy. Yeah. You've had like 0 snow all winter? Yeah, me too. 2 factors though. 1, it hasn't been winter for me, and 2, we don't actually ever get snow. So this is to be expected. Can you skip a small stone across the little pond outside the tavern? Hell yeah, you can. How far do you skip it? Gotta go, have a fun stream. Thank you, bud. Enjoy your day. Have fun. Have fun. Bye. What's the March Art Fair challenge? It is March Magic, but then in brackets, spellcasting. It's quite the mouthful, but it all needs to be there. So it's magic, but specifically spellcasting. You skip it trying to hit that rock in the middle. Hell yeah. Okay. Roll your d20. See, I will say it's not that difficult. I'd say if you roll an 11 or higher, you can hit the rock in the middle. Hey. Yeah. You've done it. Shelf mushroom. Meets it, beats it. That's convenient. I'm glad that I called it ahead of time. Makes it just that much more satisfying when it happens. Hi Jam, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Acht. Nein. If it makes you feel any better, Jem, you've rolled higher than the average for today. I think our average is sitting around 6 at the moment. Do much better than that dice roll on your way home from work. Nice, nice. You did say on my way home from work. No, you didn't specify driving or anything, so I'm imagining that you're skipping with enthusiasm. Higher than the average today. Goodness gracious. I know. We were really good yesterday. I think our average was something like 14 yesterday, which is insane. So what goes around comes around, I suppose. Swings and roundabouts, snakes and ladders, that whole thing. Keep visually misreading this emote as a gumball style character instead of a bird. This emote. I mean, it kind of does look like a gumball style character. I don't disagree. Once you're off the bus, you'll skip all the way home. Excellent. The beak were a stylized open mouth. Well, I think it's the eyes and eyebrows are very gumball. And the crest of the bird looks very similar to like how Gumball's ears would flick back whenever he's upset. So it lines up. I can see it. Cheeks are Gumball too. Yeah. Yep. How mushroom? I think I need to make it light through here on the correct layer. Good Lord. Win absolutely obliterating the average. Win just keeps on winning. Yeah, it brings up the average a little bit, yeah. Maybe this mushroom needs to be larger? Yep. probably isn't helping either. You'll lower that average, don't worry. There you go. Boom. Equalized. I feel like that mushroom size is comparable to the ones in the background, which doesn't help because it should be bigger. Let's go through and eradicate the waterfall just a little bit. Ryder striding back to our established low. Go team. Yeah. Like, you say that, but sometimes it does feel like D&D's bit team sports where where it's a conceded effort from everybody to really fail an encounter. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Today's just a little bit cursed. Just a heads up, by the way, sleep was a little bit rough last night, so if I kind of zone out a little bit, blame the sleep goblins. But that's okay. I can be a little bit quieter. I don't... It can be chill stream. Damn goblins, I know. Today's curse, because in South Australia yesterday it was a public holiday. Today feels like a Monday, but it's actually a Tuesday. Yeah, that always messes with the mojo a bit, doesn't it? Need me to be about 37% louder? I'm sorry to let you down. I apologize. So we've just gotten our quarterly report in, and corporate is actually requiring you to increase your volume by about 37%. I expect an update to your performance in the next 2 weeks. Please don't let me down. You've been on shaky terms for the past couple of months, and I wouldn't want to see that go poorly for you. Thanks, man. Not percent times 37 times that. I don't think I'm even capable of that. The sleep goblins hate beans. Take this. Oh, thank you. No, I'll use that as part of the reserve. I was quite regimented with my sleep schedule for the past couple of weeks, and it was going well, but I slipped a bit yesterday in the sense that I wasn't paying attention, I was doom scrolling, I was playing video games a little bit, and it just kind of spiraled. So it's entirely on me. But I'll need to clean up my act a little bit tonight. I'm so jealous of younger Bahali, who's just like, we sleep, it happens. Whereas nowadays, probably due to technology, I'd imagine, nowadays it needs to be something that I need to pay attention to and monitor and be, diligent with. For most of them we do. Each state has a few days more than others. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that tends to be the case. Like, I believe it was Labor Day across the entirety of Oz yesterday. Unrealistic expectations of how corporate entities process the world around them. Unrealistic expectations, or just optimism. Optimistic heart. The accountants just have whimsy in their soul. Can you deny them? Can you deny them that joy? Didn't think so. Whimsical accountants, a fame and blessed combo. Accountants are famously whimsical creatures. Labor Day on only in Vic yesterday. Oh, okay. Something tells me that Easter and Christmas tends to line up. No, if I had to put money on it. Then to start a new D&D campaign, your class, an accountant. Ooh, okay. Now, is an accountant a spellcaster, a marshal, or a half-caster? Immediate first question. We have to get that sorted before we can move anywhere. Warlock. Lawful evil, though? Yeah, I'd imagine. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yep. I wouldn't. Here's the thing. I would say that accountants would be like a class, right? Similar to like a warlock or whatever it happens to be. And then the character themselves kind of gets to dictate what their alignments are. But I'd say in the same way that a paladin is recommended to be lawful good, I'd imagine that the accountant would be recommended to be either lawful neutral or lawful evil in that same way. Love how when I wake up cool, just acts like a briefly disturbed cat. Well, it's like in the middle of the night for him at the moment, yeah. How's your latest evil scheme going? Yeah, good. It seems like the library is going pretty well. I've seen a couple of people using it. I intended to use it today, but I didn't get an opportunity to. Not yet, anyway. But no, it's all going according to plan. Aha! Aha! The library's evil. Oh, unbelievably so. It's just another starting life in another as a situation. It's just another blank starting life in another situation as a blank situation. It's just another adventurer starting life in another. Doesn't watch anime? I apologize. No, I read manga. It's not quite the same. Oh, isekai titles. Yeah. Okay, no, I see it. You're bouncing, almost home. Might be back later. Have a good stream. Thanks, bud. Look after yourself. Enjoy the skipping. Can't wait for the D&D session I'm hosting for you this weekend. I am hosting a D&D session this weekend, but unfortunately it's a closed table. I apologize. You're still struggling to find D&D where you live? Sorry, bud. Sorry. Do you have a starting friend group that you could kind of drum up interest with? Or is it very much so a case needing to find like a new group of people to participate? Have to open the table to play. If it's still folded, closed, you can't. It's not a trestle table. Here's your problem, Well, you just didn't open up the table. Friends, a mix of people from high school who moved away, people you know in person who have never D&D'd before and aren't really interested. Have you asked the not interested people, or are you just kind of assuming based on their temperament what they usually enjoy? Could totally do a D&D group during the weekend. Most people you know want to play on the weekends. Yeah. Well, that's the thing is there are avenues for play. They do exist. The tough thing is when trying to get into D&D fresh, there is a little bit of needing to trial and error to find groups that are compatible with you. Temperament, plus you need someone who can DM. You're really bad at articulating thoughts, so you can't DM. Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. Well, you can always... Here's the thing. This isn't necessarily your solution, but it is something you can try. You can attempt to just bring it up with them. Like, hey, guys, have you heard of D&D? Would you be interested in learning how to play? And then go through an intro session with them where, in your own words, perhaps you DM poorly for them, if that's how you deem that your DMing is. And then be like, hey, so does this seem interesting? Would anybody want to try the mantle of the storyteller? And see if you can recruit in that way. Hi Dump Truck, how you going? Welcome, welcome. Really can't see any of your friends DMing. I mean, I guess that's fair. You'll know your friend group better than I will. All I'll say is that you don't actually know until you try, you know? Only one you could see DMing is from Brisbane. Said he doesn't want to do online sessions. Yeah, fair. You'd be surprised though. I've had people DM for me that I wouldn't have anticipated would DM. And it's not uncommon for a group to kind of rotate who DMs at the time. Miss DMing? Miss D&D, you haven't played in a long time. Yeah, it was the same for me. I started playing D&D back in 2013 or something, 2012, 2013, around that time. We didn't play for very long, but it was fun enough. Didn't get around to playing again for 7 to 8 years, which is kind of crazy. And it was very much so a push by me to get my friend group interested. And it was somewhat successful. I know that I got at least 2 of them hooked. They're off in their own groups now, playing D&D. So I know that I was somewhat successful. It's very much so a like be the change that you want to see kind of thing, I feel. Think you're going to need to find fresh meat. Maybe find a Discord willing to DM. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That kind of brings me back to what I was going to say before that I forgot to finish the thought of. That's part of the tough thing about getting started fresh again is there's quite a bit of trial and erroring that you kind of have to intrinsically do to find a group that works for you. D&D is so not cookie cutter. It's so unbelievably not cookie cutter. With a video game, for example, if you say to somebody, hey, you should really try Silksong, it's a really good game. If you enjoy platformers, you will love it. And you know for a fact that if that person does enjoy platformers, there's a high likelihood that they'll enjoy the game because it's a standard experience that they're being presented. It's a boxed experience. They open up the box and it's the same thing every time, basically, depending on how they engage with it. D&D, however, is not like that at all. It's kind of luck of the draw. Some people might really enjoy D&D because their first exposure to D&D was really fun. Other people, their first exposure to D&D might be like a really like power-hungry DM or somebody who's like super passive-aggressive and weirdly like socially political. Like, oh, well, you know, if you pick that, you know, class, then, you know, I'll never talk to you ever again or whatever happens. But, you know, like, because it's in the hands of those who are participating in it, the outcome fluctuates quite drastically, meaning that if you want to find a fresh group, you kind of need to go back into the trenches a little bit and cipher through all of the rubbish. Talk to me before Mahali. A very unique, let's call it personality. It's hard to find people who mesh well. Yeah. That's the thing. I don't doubt that there are people that would love to have you as part of the group, but it's the process of finding those people that's the difficult part. So my recommendation is always, if you're determined to play D&D, get started. Get started in the process. Anticipate that it's going to be painful. Anticipate that there are going to be lots of groups that you don't mesh with, that you have awkward interactions with, that you dislike, you feel awkward in, whatever it happens to be. Jump in, get all of that out of the way so that you are one step closer to finding that group that works for you, you know? Because once you do find the group that really works, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Lifelong friendships often flower from tabletop groups, so it's worth the effort. It's worth the investment. You know what? Let's look at pictures of Dwayne. I think looking at pictures of Dwayne is what I need. You'll get started when you have time. Looking at your schedule, you should be good to start in like 3 years. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. With work and study, it's almost impossible. I don't blame you. On a first name basis with him? Yeah. No, we're pretty tight, not gonna lie. We go way back. He lifted me. I was lifted by him. He slammed me into the canvas. I was slammed into the canvas by him. You know, a little bit of back and forth. Rocks, 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 rocks. Rocks really rock. Sorry, I'm sorry. When I don't pay attention, I absentmindedly whistle. That's entirely on me. Is a rock a stone, or is a stone a rock? That's a good point. I would say that they're truly interchangeable synonyms. Like, I would say a pebble is a rock. I would say a boulder is a rock. I'd say a pebble is a stone. I'd say a boulder is a stone. It seems both rock and stone. Play the credits. Roll credits. I said the thing. It's apparent to me anyway that both rock and stone are descriptive of the material, not of the shape that it takes. Deep Rock Galactic should change the way the saying to rock and rock. No, not necessarily, because rock and rock is, by my definition, interchangeable with rock and stone. It's saying basically the exact same thing. So they could say either, and it would be to the same effect. Just rock, then? Yeah. It is a bit superfluous. I'll agree with you on that. But if it's just rock, you can't say rock to the bone. I mean, you can, but rock and stone to the bone has so much of a flow to it, you know? You can't compete. You can say rockin' to the bone. That's true. That's a good point. Foiled by the early stream. Sorry, bud. Solo at work, finishing up, do good things. Thank you. You too. Good luck. what I'm doing is I'm basically going through and trying to break up the silhouette of the rock as much as I possibly can. Because the issue that I currently have with it is that it's incredibly static. I'll give you an example so that I'm not just using vague terms. The issue that I have with the rock at the moment is that it just appears as a big block of a silhouette, right? And the way that I'm attempting to make it feel more organic is I'm shaving off edges to make it seem a little bit more abstract in shape. I'm trying to break up the... Hi Kronos, how you doing? I'm trying to break up the structure into lots of littler structures. That way it seems like it's a conglomeration of a lot of different rock structures. Because as it currently sits, it's not making me excited. I'm not excited by this rock. How about me? I'm doing okay. Sleep was rubbish, so I'm running off reserves at the moment. For that reason, I might have to end stream a little bit early today, but we'll see. We'll see how we go. I might get a second wind, hopefully. Fingers crossed. It's okay. It's okay. These things happen. Take care of yourself. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Is I don't think I'm doing anybody any good if if I'm just reduced to kind of drooling out of the side of my mouth and falling out of my chair doing stream. Rock sticking out of water. And see if I can find some photos. What are some interesting shapes? But in terms of what we're working on today, more of the usual. It's getting further and further along, even though it's the same imagery that's being worked on consistently. What layer, excuse me, what layer are you? Why? Oh, okay. Even though it's the same imagery that's being worked on, it feels like it's progressing from session to session. So hopefully we get it done soon. Because this is the bottleneck. Once we get this one done, it opens up the opportunity to work on X, Y, Z afterwards. I'm even considering going on a little bit of a training arc after this image, which will be fun. It's been a little while since I've done like dedicated improvement stuff. Okay, I've prattled on well long enough. What are other people up to? Part of why I was late to get to sleep last night is I've been playing a little bit of Slay the Spire 2 that's just come out in early access. I want to say a few days ago at this point. It's wicked fun. It's wicked fun. I've got I want to say a collective 1,300 hours or something akin to that in the first game. So it's been quite refreshing coming to the second game and having some familiar aspects to it, but distinct differences as well. Slay the Spire mentioned. Yeah, so I've been playing the second one. I'm up to Ascension 2 on most of the characters at this point. I haven't had insane amounts of time to spend on it, but I've been spending what little time that I have. It's been really cool. I've been really enjoying it. It seems as though across the board for the sequel, they've bumped up the power considerably, which has interesting knock-on effects to it. So there are more enemies, as in like on average more enemies spawn earlier on. Their damage numbers are higher. Their block numbers are higher. All of these, like across the board, their health is higher. But then at the same time, a lot of the card rewards that you get, you deal more damage, you block for more, you have more powerful effects. And when I say that it has knock-on effects, what I'm referring to is strikes and defends are the same as the first game. So you deal 6 damage or you block 5, depending on if you use a strike or a defend. So it means that if the power level as a whole has gone up, but strikes and defends have remained the same, then it means that your starting cards are even worse than they were in the first game. So it means that things like transformation, card removal, getting new cards is way more powerful, which is cool. It kind of encourages you to take more cards, which not that I had an issue with the first game in that regard, but like I was a little bit disappointed at how bad it was to take cards in the first game. And then the same with relics. Relics haven't really changed much from the first to the second game. So it means that relics are weaker, which again puts more importance on the actual card game bit of the game, which is cool. A lot of the time in the first game, it still kind of is the case, but if you get like a really strong relic, it kind of just carries your game. Like, oh, the relic does most of the job. You build the deck around the relic and then you're good. Whereas now it feels more like the actual deck building in and of itself is more important. Need to play more Slay the Spire. It's fun. It's fun. Especially if you've... especially if you're into card games as a whole. Like, not just Slay the Spire stuff. It's quite satisfying to like deck build differently every time. It's really fun. I like it a lot. You're addicted to roguelites? Well, yes, it delivers it in that regard in spades. That. No, why, if I'm looking up stacked rock structure, why would shopping be... It's fine. So much detail in that house. Yeah, we're getting deep with it. I'm hesitating spending any more time on the tavern just because I feel like the thing that's really holding back the piece right now is the rocks. The rocks do not in fact rock in this particular instance. Not yet. I think I haven't quite decided on what type of rock it is. I've just gone rocks. But it doesn't not help with rendering. If only I could find a photo reference of the type of rock that I want to use. But it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. I say that and then I've found something almost perfect. Are you a regular yet? Well, I'd say with you streaking, that speaks to it somewhat. We do actually have a regular role as well on the Discord that you can redeem here on Twitch. But that's much of a muchness. I would say that if you've been in a couple of times and you intend to hang out for a bit, you're a regular in my heart. All rock crown is kept intact, we only cut. Wait, what is this rock structure called? What is this rock structure called? You're new here? You are. And as such, I wish to be as welcoming as possible. Did you not redeem that yesterday? Did you? Did you? Wait, sorry. That's my bad if that's the case. Viewer rewards, channel, power-ups, review requests, permissions. Yeah, no, it's right here. It is right here. I knew I was forgetting something. Yeah, let me... Chronos. Add. Regular. Ba-boom. Done. Easy. Back from music stuff. You're working on English things? Nice, nice, nice. Under construction glass stratigraphy, a raw rock crown is kept intact, only cut when necessary. Slide and precision glass, the panes, blah, blah, blah. Cavity, frames, that. Okay, let's keep digging. Apologies, sorry. Cliff rock. Surely this will tell me majestic rock cliff. Tell me what type of rock it is. Frick you. I'm angered. I'm angered beyond. It's one step too far. Gotta say the art is looking really good. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm of a mind to agree, but at the same time I can see where it's not quite living up to what I need it to, so I'm getting frustrated. I will admit I'm getting a little bit frustrated, but that's okay. That's okay. We're close. We're close. We're close. We're close. For real though, this is a thank you, Counts. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's almost there, but I like that there are little bits and pieces that are digging their heels in, and I'm not appreciating it. Like for example, I think what I need to do, I need to lift the beach a little bit like that, because it flattens out a little bit too much. I need it to feel like the level of the sand raises as it comes towards the perspective, which I'm kind of not communicating very well at the moment. Check the laptop stickers you made last night. I did. I liked. I believe I did. I reacted, I believe. Okay. So yes, I'm struggling with the sand a little bit. I feel like I should raise that just a smidge. Even that's helped a little bit, but I feel like it needs a little bit more. I like how that bit here looks like the sand's raised. If I can kind of continue that feel along that edge there, I think we're good. And then I think my rock textures are also letting me down massively. The boulder here on the left, I need to break up more. I'm okay with this boulder here, but then again, like the textures aren't quite right on it just yet. We're close. If I can solve my rock textures, I think we're in the money, as the kids say. Night and day difference between the sketches last night was crazy to you too. Yeah, the strong outline really helped make it pop. Wish you could stay longer, but you've got to head to work. Have a good rest of the day. Thanks, Kronos. Thank you. Good luck at work. Good luck. Catch you later. I appreciate the company, even if it's just for a little bit. I always appreciate the company. Reminder for Mahali to run ads and to take a break. Yeah. You're just more confident with your lines now compared to back then? Yeah, I can see that. Even comparing to like 6 months ago, Squid, you've made amazing progress. It just goes to show that if you practice something, you can improve. I swears it. That feels a little bit better. Can I... Oh, maybe this will help. I submerge that part of the sandbank there. And then what I could do is, because all of this is technically underwater, I could start putting in surface I've got reflections in terms of just mirrored reflections of what appear above, but I could have some like surface specular highlights as well. Could be quite fun. I think that would help to shore up the shore. But again, I keep sinking into like my preferred thing. I prefer to render water all day. But I do need to render these rocks. I do need to commit to doing it. Okay, okay. I've procrastinated enough. I should take my break. It's been an hour. I recommend getting up. If you haven't for the past hour, get up, move around. You'll feel better for it, I promise. I'm gonna go fill up my water. I'm completely empty. I'm gonna do some stretches as well while I'm away. In the meantime, I'm gonna run 3 minutes of ads so we don't have to deal with pre-rolls for the next hour. I'll see you soon. Yubby. Enjoy your work, Squid. Hi, Egg. How you doing? Welcome in. How fares the tavern? Yeah, good. Good. Mahali's a little bit out of it today, but no, Tavern is operating smoothly. Tavern is operating smoothly. If I can figure out how I want to render this one rock, it unlocks the entire piece. Oh, that's frustrating. We can make something work, I think. Where there's a will, my own, there's a way. The pit. You be chilling? Ah, good to hear, good to hear. Loved going through your Insta, by the way. Hi, Dragonkin. How you doing? Looks nice. Thank you. I don't think I fundamentally disagree. There's one rock in particular. Hi, Scott. Hi, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the tavern. I hope you're doing well. This rock in particular, if I can crack exactly how I want to do it, it solves how I render the rest of the background there. It solves that right side there. It solves the foreground there. It solves the foreground here. It basically unlocks the whole piece. So if I can do that one keystone piece. Take inspiration from the rock. Yeah, no, that's actually a good point. Let me, yep, there we go. Hi, Dwayne. Welcome back. I'll have him just present. And hopefully he'll have like an inspirational aura that will imbue creative energy into me. New food up if I want to feel hungry. Okay, I'll give it a look later. I'll give it a look after. Gonna look for now. Good luck with the arts. Thank you, Strider. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for hanging out. The green rock. I mean, he's got a little green party hat, so I suppose you could say that he's the green rock. He's cooking something. I just don't know what. Can I spell what the rock is cooking? I can. I just don't know what it is. Do you get inspiration from the rock's cooking? Oh, hell yeah, you do. Some inspo and then some. What if I darken the top bit here? Akin to the other rock formation on the left. Sorry, Dwayne. I'm just going to drop you for a second there. Hope I'm well. This looks great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. How you doing, Scott? I hope life is treating you well on this particular day. If I need tavern cooks, you can say, ah, excellent, excellent, excellent. Egg, if you want to be the honorary tavern, tavern chef, I'm absolutely down to make that canon. Do you have a particular look for yourself that you would like to have? You don't necessarily need to be yourself in the truest sense. You could be a giant bat creature. You could be a cyclops. You could be whatever you want. Let me know, because I'll absolutely bake that into the cake. That sounds awesome. Not too bad. On the way home from work? Hell yeah. Damn, that's wild. It'd be cool. You've got the credentials for it. Imagine you're just a literal egg with arms and legs. Now, are we talking like egg with arms and legs literally sprouting out the sides? Or is it a case of like the shell has broken and you're kind of keeping it together, but your limbs are sticking out the sides? Does that make sense? Like the little peeps from Spirited Away? Ah, yeah, okay, okay. I keep thinking of the soot spirits from Spirited Away, but I don't think that's what you're referring to. Spirited Away. Peeps. Not the little chicken guys. Maybe you are referring to the maybe you are referring to the little soot guys. Do you mean try and find a good picture of them? Spirited Away soot sprites. Do you mean these little guys? Hep. Do you mean these little guys? The guys that help with the like running the engine in the thing? Yeah, okay. They're so cute. They are. My heart melts, and it like put just a little guy in anything, and I'm there for it. I don't care. I don't care how much that makes me exploitable. Like I don't care how easy it is to rope me into something if that's the case. But I just don't care. It's just great. It's just great. You have a bottle opener of them? Oh, that's so cute. That's so good. Really? Really, Brain? All I had to do was cut the rock in half and you go, ah, yes, satisfied. Frick you. Seriously? Sure, why not? Why not? You know what, Brain? Sure. If that's how we're gonna play, that's how we play. Okay, noted. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna call it from now. It'll be just a half stream today, I think. I can feel the headache coming in. Ugh. You know when it starts as like a slow wave at the edge of your consciousness, you're like, oh yeah, no, I can feel the tension, here it comes. Apologies. Should have a full proper stream tomorrow. It doesn't tend to linger. Hi Digi, how you doing? Hi Paradox, welcome in. Painting a fruity tavern beverage? Hell yeah. Does it have a name yet? Hi Pixelonic, how's it been? How you going? Hope you're doing well. Hi buddy. Hi. How you doing? Just a heads up for people who've just come in. I'm getting a headache. So it's probably just going to be a half stream today. I've taken meds for it, but imbued with the mighty strength of Thor, it's punching through as using the mighty metal of Mjolnir. I can feel it just like crescendoing straight through the painkiller. So I'm probably gonna call it in the next like 20 minutes or so. Not as good. Hoped by now. Need to spend some money by the end of the week. IRS and completely burned your brain out by staring at Etsy non-dark mode screen. Yeah. Fair. Make the music in the background? No, I don't. So if you look down the bottom left corner there, you can see what the track is and who it's by. The majority of my music is by a composer named Vinsvept with V's. He's incredible. He's amazing. I highly recommend that if you like the music of the stream, please go check him out on like Spotify, YouTube, whatever it happens to be. Like go subscribe, follow, whatever it happens to be to him, because he's amazing. I literally can't find anyone else like him. So he's my little oasis when it comes to music. If you could refund 2025, you would, but that's okay. Travel on, yeah, onwards into the future. Migraines, yeah. Well, hopefully it's not a full-blown migraine. Hopefully not. I like being able to see, but we shall know. We shall know soon enough. This image is coming along pretty well, all things considered. I'm really happy with how it's trajectorying. Like its trajectory. God, words are tough. I'm at the point though where I've found kind of the final bottleneck for it. The final bottleneck is my rock textures, which, to be fair, on me, like they don't look too bad, but to be honest, it's a big bottleneck because a lot of the piece is rock textures. But once I crack it, it'll avalanche. It'll snowball into the whole thing being done, basically. So if I can figure out this one rock here on the right side, if I can figure out this one single rock, it'll basically be a speed run through to the end of the image. You don't really use Spotify? You can find him on YouTube though. I believe he's got a Bandcamp and a SoundCloud and stuff as well. So if you use other music platforms, I'm sure that you can find his stuff. He's very, 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 very good. I swear up and down by him. Ever seen that weird thing for migraines where people put like hair clips or other types of clips like on their eyebrows to soothe the migraine? Because apparently applying pressure to that area, like pinching, it helps. Haven't tried it yet. I tend to find like applying pressure to my cheeks. It's very strange to say, but maybe you can see here. Hello. Applying pressure here underneath like the eye socket, it tends to appease some of the tension. Applying pressure here, applying pressure here as well in like up. Thank you. Applying pressure up here in the brow, just above the nose, also helps a ton for me. I'm not sure if this is a universal rule. I don't know if this actually helps or if it's just placebo, but it tends to work. You listen to just mostly Alexander Nakrata? Yeah, okay, fair. sinus and eye areas always what you've done? Yeah, but okay, maybe I won't apply like paper clips or anything to like those binding clips. I probably won't apply those to my eyebrows, but I'll try that after stream. I'll see if that pinching mechanism helps. When you made content? Oh, did you stream as well? And you'd have Alexander Necrata play? Hell yeah. You're an artist VTuber? Hey, cool. If you've got any work that you'd like to share, Dragon Kim, by the way, we a lovely, not to brag. Okay, you know what? Actually, no. Absolutely to brag. We have a lovely community that absolutely adores checking out other people's work. So if you head over to the Discord, you can actually post some of your work in the share your art channel, and people will eat it up, I promise. You do 3D art and 2D? Hey, hell yeah. Yeah, with Joshua, I keep thinking Joshua 2K. I don't think there's another letter in there. Let me quickly check. I just call Josh. Joshua K2M. There we go. Joshua K2M in the Discord. He does Blender animations, which are really cool. So we definitely have a little bit of experience with appreciating 3D. I promise. What do I want from this rock? What do I want from this Dwayne? From this Dwayne, I want a little bit more form, I think, because it's a bit too exclusively two-dimensional at the moment. So if I can get it to shift a little bit in the three-dimensional sense, maybe that will help. So I'll bring that part forward a little bit. I can push into the rock a little bit as well. Get a bit of an impression. Blend out those highlight lines a little bit because they're a little bit too stark. The sharpness of the rock is a bit too clean as well. So maybe what I could try doing is I could try carving that section back. Does that help or does that hinder? Oh, pardon me. That's my bad. Also try adding a little bit of a dig out area as well, where perhaps some of the stone has been eroded from underneath. Coming along so good. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'll give you a full look of it. It's I'm intending to, one, use it as my new starting screen, but two, I'm also wanting to animate it as well, which is why I'm spending such an insane amount of time on it, because I needed it to be, should correct my language, I would like it to be, very much so from the bottom of my heart, perfect. I would like for it to be perfect because I intend to use it for years to come. So I don't want to finish it technically, but then want to update it in like a year's time. I'd like for it to last a little bit. So I'm pouring in as much of me as I possibly can. You have a few questions that portray towards an aspect of your cyberpunk comic. Is this a good time to ask? Yeah. Ask away. Thank you for checking though. I appreciate it. Posted something in the community? Okay. I'll check it out afterwards. Hi Snow, how you doing? Of course. Hop. I need to be more strict with myself because I used to spend the majority of stream just like looking through like Discord stuff, and I very quickly realized that I wasn't spending much time actually drawing. So I need to be strict with myself, but I'll definitely check it out afterwards, I promise. Have I been to Ren fairs? I have not. I wanted to go to a Ren fair last year, but it was like really small scale, very much so just like a couple of stalls, and one of the stalls was like, hey, BYO D&D, and that was the entire stall. So it wasn't like a full Ren fair. I've signed up for a big one this year in May, so I'm excited. I am excited. I've never gone to like an actual proper one, so I'm keen to see what it's like. You have a banana smoothie? Nice. I've been enjoying like berry smoothies recently, like strawberry, blueberry, a bit of apple juice, that sort of thing. I think there's banana in there as well. They've been really nice. Context for question. Have two characters that could fit in a body horror scene. Both are plant-based. Their monstrous forms that you want to design is based on the stretchedness of Mummy Longlegs boss from Poppy's Playtime Chapter 2. Sure. I'm not familiar with the character, but sure, I'm following. However, as to not make a repetitive design, need to choose one of them to have this aspect. Both have good reasons to be that one. Well, if it's a true 50-50 paradox, here's what I do. Here's what I do for true 50-50s. If both could be the answer, I decide, okay, this one's heads, this one's tails. I flip a coin. I call it or whatever. And then I have a look at the result. If you look at the result and you are disappointed, you're like, ah, shucks, I didn't want it to be that one. Pick the other one. That's like the fastest way to, without any sort of like headache as to how to go about deciding, you quickly arrive at a solution that is, well, at least for me, satisfying enough because I know that I truly want that one. So excited for me. Yeah, it'll be fun. I don't think I'll dress up for my first one because I'm a shy little guy. But I could imagine if I get into the scene, very much so becoming somebody who would enjoy dressing up a little bit. Not, I wouldn't go in like full plate or anything like that, but maybe like a baggy shirt and boots. It's the morning for you. Good morning. How'd you sleep? Am I vending? Your headphones were dying, so you missed if I said... No, I won't be a vendor. I won't be a vendor. I won't be a vendor at this new one. Sorry, at the one that I'm going to, I'm not going to be a vendor. I'm not against the idea of being a vendor at a Ren fair. The thought just never crossed my mind. I didn't think of myself as people. just recently went for your birthday after not having gone since like 2020. It was amazing to have gone again. Miss it. I'm cautiously optimistic. I think it'll be my kind of thing, but character, Tweety, your humanized gender-bent version of the Rimmerweed from Veggie Tales, is already a plant-based, not made out of human structure, thus not as visceral and unnatural a transformation. However, his suburban neighborhood disguise would make it such a juxtaposition. It seems compelling. Did you hear Ren Fair? Yeah, I'll be going to my first proper Ren Fair in May this year, which is, it's only a couple of months away. It's only a couple of months away. Can dress up and blend in. Try and blend into the masses. Comfort costume is ideal. Can always do a Ren Fair style shirt, pants and shoes, especially for the first run. Yeah, that's the thought, is like, that's kind of what I did for PAX last year, is I went dressed up as the Pokemon, I was going to say Greninja. The Pokemon, oh god, thinking through a headache is difficult. Shedinja. I can understand why I thought Greninja. I went dressed up as the Pokemon Shedinja, but like as a... What's the term? What's the term that like Disney cosplayers use for like when you dress up as like a real version of the character with like motifs of the character as part of your costume, but not as like the full-blown character? I went as like that version of Shedinja. Closet cosplay. I don't think... I mean, yes, but like, I don't think that's the term. Need simple garb ideas? Have tons of ideas. Yeah, no, I'll float it past you when I know the details for it. Poison Ivy, counterpart to the Bat Sona character, super glider, not entirely made up of plants, rather made out of a human-based structure. Thus, transformation would fit body horror more closely, though not as much of a satisfying jump juxtaposition as Tweety does. Body horror speaks to there being true horror to it. Paradox. I think your second character, your Poison Ivy character, sounds more like an effective use of body horror, whereas the other one almost looks like a revealing of a disguise, you know? I feel like there's a difference between like, aha, this is what I always look like, versus like, this is what I normally look like, and I'm transforming. Like, I feel like it'd be more visceral with the second one. Which one am I going to? Feel like maybe one friends are going to. I can message you, Kels. I just don't openly talk about where I live on stream. But I can message you with the name of the fair if you're cool with that. Need a simple garb. Cosplay and fair is very different. For sure. It speaks to it. No, you're good. No need to apologize. You're fine. The weekend that you went was a time traveler themed weekend, so a lot of different costumes beside Ren era were there, full of stormtroopers. That's fun. A little bit more sort of cosplay, but I do like that. That's fun. Been working at Ren fairs for probably around 20 years, going for a few more years before even that. That's so cool. Again, probably not something that I'd sign up for first time. I think I'd just go in fresh to just kind of experience it to begin with. But if I catch the bug, I would not be against like signing up as a volunteer for it. It'd be cool. Let me look up the term. It's bothering me. Ooh, the natural 20. What's it called when Disney adults kind of dress up as a character, but not really? Disney bounding. That's right. That's the term. It's not a universal term. It doesn't apply to all cosplay, but like that concept of being just like a regular Joe Schmo version of the Disney character. Nat 20. I reckon a nat 20 is worth a little bit of confetti. Random question number 2 would heavily depend on if I've played Call of Cthulhu D&D campaigns. I have not. But yeah, no, open question if anybody else has played Call of Cthulhu. They put a Doctor Who phone box outside the entrance of the fair, kind of clue to that's how the travellers got there. That's fun. That's fun. I do like that a lot. It's very fun, and depending on the fair, some are more actor show-based versus unique handcrafted goods-based. I think I would enjoy the more authentic Ren fair experience as opposed, like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy a con. I enjoy a convention. Conventions are fun. You get artist alleys and all sorts of different like cosplay caricature, whatever. But I think I want like a genuine, just old timey medieval vibe. I think it'd be cool. Welcome back, Squid. How you doing? How's homework? All done, at least, which is nice. Hey, there you go, boom. Ain't it wonderful? That means now that you've got the rest of the evening all to yourself. Through freedom. Oh, is that all? That's all the same layer. Heck. Well, what if I do that? What if I jump to this layer instead? Want to know what the question was going to be? The more you think on it, the more you're laughing at how random, likely unanswerable. Yeah, sure, hit me with it. Just be careful with the length of the question. You might lose me a little bit. I'm getting a little bit headachy now. My reading comprehension is not as strong as as it usually would be. 12-year-old son has D&D as his passion project, fun elective at school. Bought him some die this afternoon. He was showing them to you, so he showed how you can roll them in here too. That's cute. That's so cute. That's awesome. D&D is an elective. That's sick. That's awesome. Do you think Silas Aravagio loves or hates the circus? I have no idea. I'm not sure who the character is, so it's a yes, no, or maybe question completely at random. D20 it? Figure it has some good math. It does. It helps with it also helps with like creativity, self-expression, like socializing as well. You'd be surprised. No, D&D does actually develop quite a few skills. Just confidence as well. Provide the page excerpt in the Discord for the actual book. Even then, the answer would not even be remotely findable. I think it's the kind of answer that would be dependent on the author, you know? Like, It's a classic answer to a question of, does Superman like blank? Does Wonder Woman like blank? Does Spider-Man like blank? It'll honestly kind of depend on who's writing the hero at the time. Do I have an 8-ball command? I don't. I don't have an 8-ball command, unfortunately. Good socializing with other neurodivergent kids? Yeah. Yeah. Both would fit absolutely perfectly. Change the course of an entire arc of the story depending on the choice. Well, you know what's wonderful, Paradox? You, as the author, get to dictate the outcome. You get to put your finger on the scales and alter the trajectory of the entire universe. Spooky. Such a big decision is stressful. Sure. But it's part of the fun of writing, right? Is that you get to play God like a little bit. You get to play God a little bit. I don't know, you get like a true sandbox to play in. Pookie? Did I say Pookie? I don't remember. My brain is jelly right now. Spooky? Oh, I might have said spooky. I was going to say, I can't believe I've used my own cute nickname on stream. Legasp. God, I could not imagine being referred to as Pookie. I think I would be killed in the same way that you know, in some like JRPG games where you fight like undead or something and you're like, here, health potion, and the undead goes, healing, and they explode or whatever. That would be me with that sort of nickname, I think. Jellybrain is the worst, yeah. Yep. So cool how I'm making the rock pop. Thank you. I am slowly finding what I want to do with it. I think the final step is place another like little rock here. I think my issue was that I was playing in macros too much. I was thinking in terms of like large things, which isn't really how the world works. The world works in varying scales from large to small, but I was working in exclusively large shapes. So it wasn't a case of what I did with the rock itself. I think I needed to add some smaller elements to it as well. Jellybane is delicious. No, don't do it. No, don't drink my brain. Incredible dialogue for a horror movie. No, stop, please. Don't drink my brain. You like that boulder? It's a nice boulder. Thank you. The tiny elements that help it stand out. Yeah. Well, it's the tiny elements that kind of sell the scale of it, you know? Because otherwise it just feels weirdly floaty. 95? Billy, stop. Stop. You can't do this. Nobody has ever streaked that high. You haven't missed a stream. I know. You're an absolute legend. Okay. As I was saying before, I'll go for the next few minutes till we hit the 2-hour mark, and then sleep for me. I need to sleep up this headache. I need to purge this headache. I can feel my head kind of flopping around a little bit. It's not helping. Really burnt your brain by being on Etsy for hours on end. Never realized just how much better dark mode is. Always on YouTube with wish Etsy had a dark mode. Does it not? That is unfortunate if it doesn't. You know what I need to check has a dark mode? Wikipedia. I need to check to see if Wikipedia has a dark mode. Because the amount of times that it absolutely just rocks my world. Just bam, flashbang every time. Get my rest? Yeah. I need it. My head feels too heavy. It could help get rid of some of that jelly. No, don't eat my brain. Don't eat my brain. He declared to the heavens. Paid actor Mahali. Would be so good. We need the computer to be all dark mode. Yeah. No. Oh God, sorry. Oh. Twinge in the brain. An actor, yeah. I played Hollow Knight, right? Yeah, I got the majority of the way through Hollow Knight. I completed the Hunter's Journal. I did the Path of Pain. I did the Stadium, like everything. I beat Grim, Nightmare King Grim, I think it was. The only thing that I've got left is the Pantheon in Hollow Knight. So like quite a ways through the game, 99% the way through. Although I need to beat the true boss at the end as well. I think that was the thing that I truly bottlenecked at last time I played. Did I play any more into Wicket? I fell off at some with life stuff, getting distracted. Play any more into Wicket? Oh, no rest for the wicked. Yeah, so I started a game with Billy, Digi, and Fields that we haven't really gotten a chance to get back into, but I've also started playing it with a group of my old school friends as well, and quite the way through the game now at this point. Well, I say that, I've only just started the first quest. It's been fun. I've really been enjoying it. It's been really cool. I like the game systems. The game systems are really satisfying in terms of how you acquire new gear, upgrade it, transform it into stuff that you want, the curse mechanic, and like everything's really, really satisfying to engage with. Wondering if I beat the boss or if waiting. Couldn't do it because of the flashbangs of the final boss. Yeah, I'm like 106% started messing with the Pantheon. I'm at 108% or something. I can't remember. I'm quite the way through. What weapon did I end up liking? So I've got two completely different builds between, but the one that I've stuck with in the one that I'm further the way through is bow and arrow. Bow and arrow has been really, really satisfying. I like the quiver interaction in terms of being able to quickly switch out what element is that you're using at the time. Plus some of the runes with like the rune with the bow where you like do a step forward and then you do a big like penta shot all in one go is really, really, really cool. I like it. Missing the last guy in the Trial of the Fool. Something like a cloak somewhere that you're that one you're a little cross about. How could you miss it? Yeah. A few of those I needed to look up the last badge, I think, because I had found all of them bar one, and it was in a really stupid spot that I should have checked, and I just hadn't. I just walked past that wall without hitting it for Lord knows what reason. So on my map, I couldn't see it anywhere because I was like, oh no, well, it's not in any of the obvious places. It was. Being able to change the element with that, I thought it was clever the way it was done. Yeah, it's super cool because you don't need to like do the infusion in the same way that other classes do. It's so silly sometimes. Yeah, but I mean, those are Metroidvanias, right? Talking about two different games, no, it's fine. It's a skill that I've developed. Like I can think about two things. I'm good. Game traumatized you with hitting walls? Yeah, hitting walls. And walking into little crevices. The two skills that Hollow Knight has imbued in me, in my bones now. Rude sometimes, yeah. Rude sometimes. What weapon did you go with, Pixie? Just wondering if someone else who is light sensitive was having issues. I'm not light sensitive, so I haven't really had an issue with the final boss. But I can see where you would have issues with that. I mean, its moniker, I think, is like of light or whatever. So, like, I can understand why they did it, but there's being accurate to the lore, and then there's overkill. Reminds you that you should play Silksong some more someday. You should. Perhaps when I've finished Hollow Knight and I've moved on to Silksong, we can I can convince you to start playing again. Flashbangs or white screen transitions give you migraines. It's mega rough. Yeah, it was the same with the White Palace as well. Like all of the teleports in that and stuff was very, like, I get it. That's part of the motif. It's called the White Palace, but still. Actually seen gameplay of Kingdom Hearts 3 the other day. Thought, have that game on Xbox. Haven't played it myself. I need to play it as well. I need to go through and sorry, there's so many games that I have to play. I need it. So I 100%ed Kingdom Hearts 1. I started 100%ing Chain of Memories, but I need to go through and finish that. Did 100% Kingdom Hearts 2, and then I can move on to 3. since different ones have different move sets, went with one that works more like a hammer with lightning, frost, and plague. Shield on your other hand, but you have some secondary weapons, staff, but you really love the way fists are, but so far you haven't had any intelligence-based ones, and that is sad. That's the thing, is it's a little bit luck-based. It's a little bit luck-based. You can do things to increase your luck, like make sure that you check the daily bounties and stuff, but still. White Palace wasn't too bad for you, surprisingly, because all the white isn't as bad as Rapid Transition. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I suppose it's the difference between like flashing white and like slow fade to white type deal. Okay, we've hit the 2-hour mark. I'm liking the direction of the rocks. I'm liking the direction of the rocks. I think the last little bit that I'm struggling with, I think, is it's what color have I grabbed? The mass here is a little bit too clumped together. I might see if I can break it up a little bit. I might see if I can dig into the silhouette a little bit just to break it up a smidge. I'll see how I go. I'm liking it more than before though. We're one step closer to completion. It's a nice rock, much more grounded and attached now. Yeah. It's a little bit bulky for my liking though, so I'll see if I can dig into it. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Sorry for the half stream. It wasn't intended to be a half stream, but one, sleep was poor, but two, this headache is kind of stuck up on me. So I think I can clobber 2 birds with 1 stone by going to bed a little bit early now. Hope the headache eases soon. Yeah, me too. Me too. Thank you. It should be usual routine tomorrow. Full length stream. My headaches don't tend to linger. Plus, it's in the evening tomorrow, so by then it should probably have faded. So I'll catch everybody soon. Okay. Look after yourselves. Have an excellent rest of your day or night, depending on where you are. See you soon. Bye.